Well, it's boat building day today, and as you can see, I'm putting the knees in. Um, the first one came out really good. That was the first try. I honestly didn't even have to touch it up. Once I cut it, I took the bevels off of both sides, cut them individually, and ran them right to the frame. And that's where you can see I have the board, and then where the end wheel is going to be marked, and that's how it came out. It just looks gorgeous. It is 8/4 hickory, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, and I'll show you the steps that I took to do it. Okay, so this is the other side that hasn't really been touched yet, and basically all I've done when I did this was put it on there so it overhangs a little bit on both sides. Overhangs there, overhangs in the back a little bit, and simply going to mark straight up and down. See with the pencil here, if I can get it and do it at the same time, right where I want to cut it. Then on this side, I'm going to do the same thing, right where I want to cut it. Okay, and from there I'm just going to move it forward a little bit. So this is on the line. My line up here is still in line with what I want to do, and you can see that it is. And then back here I can see, wow, this is hard to do, right where I want to cut it there. Okay, and I'm going to connect those lines, but before I do, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Put this piece back right where it was, lined up with my piece, and then come on back down here. You don't have it quite off there. I know this is hard to see, but there we go. I got a good shot of my screw up there that I'm going to have to fix on the hull. And then I'm going to just connect those two lines and these two lines, the one down there to the one down here. Now before I do any of that, I'm actually going to take the bevel with my bevel set of the underside. Let me show you how that's done. Now the actual knee, and I'm just going to put the bevel set flat against the piece of wood and flat against the hull going down. And then I'm going to take this bevel, because that's the angle that I want to cut that piece of wood at, right over to my bandsaw. And basically what I'm going to do from there is I'm going to move the bandsaw blade until it comes parallel with my bevel. So it's pretty close. A little bit more. Oh, I'm sorry, a little bit less. And that's pretty much what I'm looking for. It's right against the blade all the way up, as you can see. And all I'm going to do after I connect those lines is just cut it out on both sides. I'll do the same thing, and that'll give me the bevels that I need to put the knees. And what you end up with are two sets of knees, virtually identical, and they look really good. In fact, I'm very impressed with them. I am going to attach them with epoxy and screws, and I'm still debating as to whether I'm going to lag them from the back or put bolts in them or what I'm going to do, but I guess I'll figure that out here soon enough. Well, the knees went in really well. The first one I cut it in perfect the first time. In fact, it didn't hardly need any touch-up at all. In fact, I don't think I touched it up at all. The second one, on the other hand, I thought I was gonna use the first one as a template and didn't exactly work very well. So after I cut my finger on the bandsaw, I decided I'd do it like I did the first one. So that's what I did, and they came out really good. Next step, breast hook. Well, I've used the same actual process for putting in the breast hook. Now, I haven't actually cut it out completely the way I want it yet, but I did get it in there so it fits well. So I've got some pencil marks on the top of it here to just playing around with how I'm going to cut it. So let me show it to you. And as you can see, the breast hook is actually in there pretty well. I beveled the sides, I beveled the front, and of course I put some marks on it here to see, or to try and figure out how I'm going to cut it, because the end whale is going to come in over there, and so I'm just kind of playing around with that yet. Let me get a shot of what it looks like over. So of course back here we have the knees, and then as we look forward onto the boat, you can see that the breast hook up there really makes it look nice and sturdy. Well, if you liked what you saw today, give us a thumbs up. Boat's really coming together. I'm going to concentrate on the interior of the boat next, the interior of the hull, meaning the end whales, and I'm actually going to plank the inside of the hull as well. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it yet as far as material, but I am going to do something. I've decided for sure I'm not going to paint it. I think that wouldn't do it justice with the cedar in here, and go from there. And I may well go ahead and epoxy the floor before I do that, but we'll take it a step at a time. Thanks a lot. See you next time.